Welcome everyone to another blog video. In this one I talk about results and working hard. And in particular, working hard today, see the results tomorrow. So a lot of times when we set goals or we have something we want to accomplish, it doesn't usually happen within one day or 1 hour. It takes time. It happens over time, right? So usually what ends up happening is a lot of people put in a lot of effort, they put in a lot of time, and then they don't see any results, and they end up losing motivation, and they kind of get frustrated, and what ends up happening is they end up giving up. The sad and unfortunate part of that is people don't realize how far they had came to that point before they gave up. They didn't realize the growth they made, the accomplishments they had, and even worse, potentially, they didn't realize that they were this close to coming to achieving the goal that they had set out at the initial point. So in this blog video post, my goal is to provide you with ways you can stay motivated, focused, determined, driven until you start to see the results you worked hard for. So I'll start with the first one. When it comes to goals and your results, you should see them, visualize them. And what I mean about that is, if you have a goal, visualize it in your mind. Picture the end game in your mind. When I was in my final semester in university, it was really difficult. I was working a full-time job, doing a course that was almost pretty much 2 classes, and the final project that was difficult. Oh man, can't imagine. But anytime I felt like, this is too difficult, I don't want to try, all that stuff, I visualized the end goal, which was me, several months later, graduated, walking down the aisle, and getting my degree. So then when I visualized that, I had an end goal in mind, and I had put in my brain that this is where I'm going to go. So the same way you should do that. If you have an end goal, put it in your mind. That way you're striving for a clear path, you're striving for a focused goal, and your mind is kind of being like, okay, hey, Sunny wants this goal. The picture keeps coming in the head. We gotta find a way to get there and not give up. So always visualize your goals, always visualize where you want to go, and visualize the end result. Okay, so as far as payoffs, when it comes to staying motivated on your goals, another big thing is payoff and looking at small victories. If you just focus on one big goal and kind of put it black and white, have I achieved it yet? No. Have I achieved it yet? No. Have I achieved it yet? No. And then eventually, yes. If you do that and you just focus on one single goal, you're not going to stay motivated. You're not going to enjoy the journey of getting there. So instead, focus on small victories. Break down these small victories onto the ultimate goal. I'll give you an example. 4 years, 5 years in university. That's a big task. And if you think of it that way, if I just sat here, okay, today's my first day of university, I have 5 more years to go, that's, how are you going to be motivated? How are you going to be like, okay, if I have 5 more years to go? You got to break it down. And that's exactly what I did. When I passed 2 years, okay, I've done 2 years and I got 3 more to go, but I've learned so much in 2. So always break down the small victories and always kind of look at where you've come. Because if you're able to acknowledge the small victories, reflect on them, and be happy about them, you're gonna gain that sense of accomplishment. Be like, hey, I'm trending in the right path. This is good. I've done this. Now I gotta get here. So always focus on small victories. Never devalue those victories, because you work so hard in that certain path. You work, to add my example back in it. I worked so hard in my first year. I worked so hard in my second year. If I'm just focused on the 5th year, on my first day or my first week, I've devalued that 1 year of work I put in. So always focus on small victories. Okay, next. So you need to know this. If you didn't know now you do. There's always going to be setbacks. I repeat, there will always be setbacks. No matter what goals you strive for, there's always going to be setbacks. They may be big, small, and they're just going to be there. So you got to find a way to deal with those setbacks. You got to anticipate these setbacks and know that this is a part of the game. You need to acknowledge that, okay, when you're working hard, you're trying to get results or achieve a goal or anything, there's always going to be setbacks. But it's important to realize that those setbacks are a part of the journey. They're going to come and go, but stay focused on your end goal. keep looking at it. You gotta accept and acknowledge that there's gonna be bad days, gonna be good days, but in the end, if you do work hard enough, it will pay off. So next is reflection. It's easy, very easy to get caught in our day to day and looking in the future, but never ever underestimate the power of reflection. You should always reflect what you've done up to that point. Like I said earlier, 1 year university, I did a lot. It was important for me to acknowledge that. Not only that, when you reflect, you're kind of looking at, okay, why am I even doing this? Why am I pursuing this particular goal? Because I want to better my life. I want to progress. I want to reach my full potential. So it's always important to reflect. I know you're on that run. You're on that you're on that fire. You're striving for your goals. But don't forget to reflect why you're doing what you're doing. Don't forget your purpose, and being proud of yourself and saying, look how far I've come. I'm still working on my path to get to the mountain, but look how far I've come. Look how much I've grown over the last year and the last month. I've done so well. And if you keep telling yourself that, you will stay motivated. So like I said before, hard work always pays off. The road to success is a long and bumpy road, but you should enjoy it. You should anticipate and embrace setbacks, failures. But like I mentioned before, if you apply these tips of visualizing, looking at the small victories, anticipating setbacks, reflecting, all of it will be worth it, and you will stay motivated on your path to seeing results. So make sure you always do, because I promise you, I've said before, I'll say it again, hard work always pays off. Okay, that is not wrong. You should try it for yourself and see, because it definitely will. Alright guys, until next time, see you later.